and welcome to Bougie Broke Baby. My name's Bethany, and today I'm going to be sharing with you 3 of my thrift tips to take on your next treasure hunt to the thrift store. So thrift tip number 1 is going to be to plan. It's super important to have an idea of what you want when you're going into a thrift store. The first thing that I like to do before thrifting is take a mental note and kind of visual inventory of the clothing that I do have in my home right now. So I'll go through my closet and my dresser and identify if I have any gaps in my wardrobe, and then pick my wants and needs kind of based on that and figure it out so I don't go there and go crazy, because I will buy one of everything if I could, because it's so cheap and I see the potential in everything. When you go and look at your closet like you're gonna do, you're gonna be able to see what colors you gravitate toward and then build a color palette in your head beforehand, or honestly even find a color palette online that inspires you and works with some of those colors that you have. And then you'll know, okay, I need shirts, but this is my color palette, so I'll go to navy blue, orange, and yellow, and that's it. And then you're not wasting time and you're just shopping a little bit smarter and faster. So also with planning then comes finding the trends that you're going to want to find when you're in the thrift store. So I'll hit Pinterest, I'll hit Vogue.com and see kind of what's been on the runway and take those accents and then find them in the thrift store, because fashion comes and goes. And like everyone says, trends kind of come back into rotation. So right now you can find a lot of the stuff at the thrift stores that are like the 90s trends. And I've gotten a really good pair of trousers, some belts and stuff like that that are coming back into style. And I'm buying them for $5 when Forever 21 is selling them cheaply made for like $40. So it's definitely smarter. Another aspect under the umbrella of planning is going to be taking the time and looking up the stores that you're going to. Look up if they have any discount days. Look up if they do different promos. I know one of the places that I used to work for and that I also would sell my clothes to, if you sell your clothes there on a certain day of the week, you get a certain percentage off on that day if you buy anything. So use that to your advantage when you're thrifting. This stuff is already cheap. Make it even cheaper. The more the merrier, am I right? It's a really good way to keep up with fast fashion, because you're going to be getting the trends that come and go, but at an affordable price. Instead of at Forever 21 where it was made cheaply and marked up pretty high, you're getting it for the good quality that it was made for back in the day, and also at a better price. Thrift tip number 2 is to be open-minded. With that, a lot of these things have been pre-loved and they're going to need a little TLC before you can take them back on the streets. Be in a DIY mindset along with being open-minded, and know that things can be manipulated and that you can cut things, you can bleach them, and if you do ruin it, it was $5. It's going to be the same as if you bought burnt coffee at Starbucks and hate your life. Thrift tip number 3 is going to be know yourself and stay true to yourself. If you're going to the thrift store and buying a bunch of random things that don't match your style or don't fit into what you already have in your closet, you're never going to wear it and you're going to end up with a little bit of buyer's remorse. I'm sorry to say, but it will happen. In order to avoid that, know the kind of cuts of clothing that you already have in your closet and know what works for you, and don't be afraid to try some other things too. But also know what boundaries you're willing to break and know how far you're willing to push yourself, because you don't want to buy something that you're not going to wear, and that's just silly. And I find that that's really easy to do at a thrift store because you just kind of pick things up since you have to try them anyway. Another thing with knowing yourself is know your spending habits and budget yourself. So I'm someone that gets really excited when I'm thrifting, and I think of everything as a treasure and I see the potential in everything. So I have to have a game plan. I have to know what I need before I walk in, and I have to have a budget, or I will buy everything. I will buy like 10 mugs anytime I go to a thrift store if you let me, just because I can and because I love buying mugs. Do I need that many? No, but I will buy them. Just let yourself have fun. There's no point that you shouldn't. Thrifting is supposed to be really fun. I found it a way that I was able to evolve my style, and honestly, I just love thrifting. It's a really good way for people like me in college who are nice and broke to stay with the trends and still feel like you're hip and cool and part of everything, but without breaking the bank and still having your own style and being true to yourself. It's just a great feeling. And you're also doing a small impact on saving the world by shopping sustainably and by upcycling the clothing. It's always a great thing to keep in mind. Alright guys, so before you go thrifting next time, make sure you take a second and plan, keep an open mind when you're there, and stay true to yourself. Be a good person, be bougie, be broke, be a baby, and have fun. Until next time.